So, hello. Is my mic still noisy? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It shouldn't be noisy. Is it? Oh god. Okay. Let me for one second. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Or I keep it at this. Okay. So Asus. Asus doing updates. Okay. So bringing back the background music. There we go. There we go. Okay, so probably I should later on configure that noise gear even more. But for now, I guess it's enough. Oh! I definitely should put limiter because I have changed my filters. But probably I should bring back the limiter. So bringing the limiter back. There we go. A little bit less, maybe. There we go. 8.8 or something. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so probably I should bring down this gain a little bit as well. Maybe 2. Okay. Oh, I don't need this game, do I? No, I don't need this game. For now, I disabled the game, so okay. So I have changed this code a little bit from the previous time because when VHelp, the hook of the VHelp wasn't working right, and I put so many bugs in the previous time. So now I'm testing this new configuration of the engine. Then I go develop the continuation of development of the previous stream, of this previous development stream. So let's bring this here. So let me check on Asus. Asus is doing sauce things. Some things are getting in a start, some things are not. What is this sorcery? Okay, so okay, VHelp. So I don't want to test like the buttons on. To be honest, I didn't have tested that as well with this new configuration. Probably I should test that. Okay, so close it completely. Right as admin soil. Okay. There we go. So enable. Does this work? Yep, this pretty much works. So now the thing that I want to know is that if a space works here properly or not. Obviously a space is not working. Obviously it's not working. Okay, so I knew it. I knew it. So by the way, space is not space not working is part of this configuration, this new code rewriting. Okay, so now what we need to do? We need to monitor this. So printf. We pass on the key. We just do this. Can we not? Okay. How about I do std count? Key std endl, end of line. So now definitely it should pass this filter. It's not this one. So let's see. You know what? We want to write that before this. So now build so it's starting to build now. Oh open. Okay, so from now on I don't need to open it as administrator for it to connect to VTuber Studio. I just need to somehow. Okay. So now VHelp. So it's okay if it's not doesn't get connected. We want to test something else. So now bring this here, bring this here. 32. It emits 32. So if I bring up calculator, and put decimal 32 here. In hexadecimal, it would be 20. Right? In hexadecimal, it's 20. Okay. So, let's set it to a scan code, because this is the one that we need to digest, right? This one, part of it is something else, part of it is something else. So, closing VHelp. Right? So, we bring back this. Okay. Now, it's still 32. Okay. So, key flag is deciding whether it is an extended key or not. So we are having trouble converting it? And a sprocket! With your Brookleys. Okay, so now we bring this test code to here to see what we get out of this part. Sprocket as well. Sprocket, everybody. It's both on YouTube and Twitch side. Okay, so now I close VHelp to understand what the hell, why the space is not working correctly. Okay, so we know this port emits 32, so we get 32 and we get here. Now after we convert it to virtual key of Windows, what we get. So it's definitely during this conversion that something goes wrong. So now we bring this 57. 57 in decimal equals to 39 in hexadecimal, right? So we bring something here. Okay. Let me bring Discord to close Discord. Okay. So virtual key codes. Here we go. Microsoft virtual key codes. So what was the code we were getting? Hexadecimal 39. It gets mapped to a numpad 9 key. Space. What? So what am I doing here? We're doing VK virtual key code to virtual scan code conversion. So the output should be keyboard scan code. Okay, so keyboard scan code. Where we get, okay. So we get our keyboard should be 61 in decimal for it to work. What was that reference that I was using, and it was really accurate? This one, from Wikimedia. It's 29 in hexadecimal. So, okay. Let's put this scan code above, so we do 2 times of the debugging. So we can analyze what the hell are we doing here. Okay. Why am I going there? So, let's bring up this 32 to 57. So based on the virtual key codes, 32 is numpad key 2. That's where we are that's where we're getting wrong. Probably Qt should have documented that. Qt virtual keyboard. I know the documentation of them is horrible, but there's something that I can get out of it. So building virtual keyboard deployment user guide, not all of it. Qt keyboard codes. Qt key event. So what I was trying to do last time and I didn't got succeeded in it is that naturally during this code conversions you should not do these things. The framework has a internal built-in which doesn't work. So I came up with my solution to do it, but seems like we need to add more statements into it. I hate to do branching. Okay. So the key is from this. Okay, here is our code. So if I go to a space, not you. We are close, key space. It's hexadecimal 20. So its outputs 32 in decimal. So until this part it's working correctly. We are sure of that. It's working as it's supposed to. This part is detecting whether it's an extended key or not, and if it's an extended key, it does this switch thing here. I need to test it yet, so I keep both of them for now. Then, if it's not an extra key, it goes here and map it in a virtual key style to a scan code. But for some fucking reason, Okay. I probably need to do a switch, right? So, actually switching here is way easier than there because that part I was binary calculating. But switch here, I don't need binary calculation. I need to do something else. I need to decide based on the value of a scan code, which is basically the same thing here, but I was deciding based on a mathematical calculation based on the scan code. I'm directly deciding based on the scan code. Okay, so we want a default state. Default state would be mapping a scan code to this, right? Probably don't need breaking this default state as well. That's unnecessary. So now we need case 20. In case it is a 20, it's 20. A scan code gets equaled to whatever a scan code to 61. That's what we had for keyboard, right? So here 29. It should get mapped to 29. Right, so 0x29 brick. That's it. That should technically fix it. So we have a default state for alphabetic values. Then for special keys like a space or backspace or enter, we need to do define individual cases. That seems to work, honestly. Okay, so now closing VHelp and building it. So, Sprocket, how was your day? Huh? Okay. I mean, can you not get timed out? So, I'm glad that your day was good. So, now let's test it. Okay. It's still not working. Why? So, case 20. Let's do this because I had another idea to do it. Got off work a little bit ago and eat. Now ready for bed. Well, I got out of work, I slept a little bit, then I started streaming. Okay, so a scan code equals to, what was Microsoft definition in virtual key code? It was, wait a minute. So it was giving us, so it was working correctly. This conversion was working correctly. probably something with my... Okay. So the conversion was working correctly. So we go back here. So now std count scan code std endl. I probably watched for backspace rather than something else. Std count scan code std endl. So it's probably something. I'm guessing this part is working very right. It's probably somewhere with engine again. This engine is super complicated, but it needs to be. I was hoping to make it simpler, but every time I get to the conclusion that I cannot get more simpler than this. So if VK enable was this, so if VK enable, the virtual keyboard was enabled, it goes this route. Okay. So a stroke a state. So else, if it is virtual key code, it passes it down this way. So std count from engine CV key, current virtual key, std endl. Okay. Let's see how this turns out. Okay, VHelp. Okay, so it's 32 in decimal before conversion to a scan code, which is 20. 20 is turning into 29. It should turn into 29. In decimal, it becomes to 5739. It's conversion of Microsoft. That is fucking everything up. So, okay. Another thing. Let's see what Microsoft detects when I press what a natural keyboard would pass on, right? A physical keyboard. So, this, we just need to move this line of code to here. That's it. So we need a conversion. Our side conversion is correct. Microsoft conversion is a little bit lingering. So let's disable virtual keyboard. Okay. Wait a minute. So, what's enabling this? Okay. Definitely somewhere in the detail in the engine I'm fucked up. Definitely somewhere in the engine I'm fucked up. So, does this work? No. VHelp crashed. So, what the? What? Give me a time. Maybe the driver is not working correctly? So, should be in edge. I'm trying to install the driver again. If the driver is installed. I know where this driver installation comes from, but I need to reboot it for it to take effect. Okay. So that's what actually that means my engine was working really correct, because it's quite auto detected that the driver wasn't installed. Okay, so something else, something new. How about? Okay. I do the comparison like this. So we have the book trick here, so we do this. We add a comma here. Then we print book trig code. That should do it. Certainly. Okay. Because the book trig is set on a space, so if this works correctly, these two numbers should be equal. So here we go. It is correct. Okay. So somewhere in sending the signal to OBS, I'm making a mistake. So Now, we know the codes are correct, which is good. We test this part. OBS triggered. Let's test this. We go to EV key. Delete this. And build it again. So now we found our bug. The bug has been found. Okay. So now what to do with this part? This needs to be triggered. So we know for a fact that this part gets triggered, right? For a fact, we know that. Oh. We are comparing based on... Okay. That can be easily fixed. So, the way I do it is that I put this here and this should be equal CV key. This should fix the bug. That was the bug that the keyboard wasn't getting triggered. Because here I'm comparing a stroke code. But here when the virtual key code is getting used, I'm not setting this. Instead, I'm just pushing back this, which they are working based on this variable right here. The variable gets scanned here. So the moment of the truth. Let's see if bug got fixed. Ladies and gentlemen, the bug got fixed. Okay. So that was certainly one part. So the bug of this place got fixed. Let's get to this loop. Right. For that loop, I need to enforce assembly. Enforce assembly MSVC x64. There should be no way to do what you want. This is why Microsoft recommends using intrinsic. You can. What the hell is intrinsics? I never heard of it. Well, you guys are learning with me. The function of function which compiler implements directly when possible, rather than linking to a library. A common example is a strncopy. How to do it? Porting to x64 with MSPC inline ASM that reads. Assuming that EBP is set legacy to as a legacy frame port which MSPC line ASM forces, I think return address. Okay, we have a header file, which is good. This should be assume. What does it do? Passes a hint to the optimizer. Any exception that is assumed to evaluate true use 0 to. Okay. So I should basically use this. This only. We need a no up. No up. Function in to no up machine form. Okay. If I remember assembly right, no up instruction set kind of synthesis comes to do nothing. Yeah, it doesn't do nothing. But I don't understand what's the difference with no OOP. No means no operation. So no op versus no op. Up maybe also spelled no or nope nop. It's one of those stupid assembly things. Okay. So now okay. Keyboard hook. Load. Not that. Entrin.h. Entrin.h. Okay. First, we do with no up. It should be defined technically. Okay. So technically this should be enough to fix that loop bug we had. Let's see if it's fixed or not. It doesn't get that much CPU cycle. Actually, it gets only one CPU cycle because for one cycle CPU doesn't do anything. But if only optimizer didn't have like omitted it out, you're never sure. Sometimes optimizer are perfect. Wait a minute. Is it looping? Yes. Optimizer have omitted it out. Oh, what? Okay. How to volatile intry? That's intrinsic. What was that file again? Intry. C++. So, volatile. How to do it? Damn it. Okay. Volatile intrinsic so volatile intrinsic C++. How to prevent optimizer from probably it should be a signal from intrinsics. So in byte so this no provides the address of the memory location that holds return access. No, assume passes a hint to optimizer. I need a hint to optimizer. So ASM keyword invokes the inline assembler that can appear. It's only but in that. So So volatile ASM, no up. Damn it, Microsoft. Okay. So I need this would error out, and that's why I was hesitant to use it, because this got obsolete in x64 architecture. That's why it says only x86. So okay, x64 intrinsic optimizer hint. Intrinsic optimization hints. Okay. So these are for architectures, like different architectures that is on the side of CPU. I need something else. It's only assume. Okay. So for reachable code, any expression that is assumed to be evaluated to true, use 0 to indicate unreachable code to the optimizer. Any code, any expression that is assumed to evaluate to true, use 0 to indicate unreachable code to the optimizer. The optimizer assumes the condition represented by expression is true at the point where the keyword appears and remains true until expression is modified. For example, by assignment to a variable, selective use of hints passes to optimizer by assume can improve optimization. If assume a statement is written as a contradiction, an expression that always evaluates to false, it's always treated as assume 0. If your code isn't behaving as an expression expected, ensure that expression you defined is valid and true. And describe. So, example. This tells Optima that the default cannot be reached, as so it does not have generate the extra code to check that p has a value not represented. Let's test it. So assume did I written it right? Assume 0. So this technically should prevent optimizer from optimizing this thing. Question mark, question mark. Let's see. Okay. So, let's get this part gets optimized. So I wait for it a little bit. Yep, it still gets optimized. I ended up at this again. So, okay, as a result, the sim compiler doesn't generate data to test whether P has a value that isn't represent paste. So, okay. Define node default assert 0. Supposed to be unreachable. Oh, so it tells compiler, oh, it's not something that I want. So if it is 1, it's reachable. If it is 0, it's unreachable. So let's test this part. See if it would work. Okay. It still gets optimized. Damn it. Okay. Compiler intrinsics. Provide information. Read-write barrier. I have written about compiler optimization, about read-write barrier. So, come on. Alphabetic. No. Some intrinsics such as assume and real provide information to the compiler which affects the behavior of optimizer. So, here is the Microsoft part. And the memory barrier makers are all deprecated and should not be used for inter-thread communication. Use mechanism atomic thread fence, and for hardware access use volatile ISO option with volatile. Volatile, select a strict volatile semantics as defined by ISO standard. So it should be something like this. Volatile. I can test volatile. The empty volatile, I can definitely test that, because volatile, I know it's a compiler hint to not optimize. Int assumed. No up. It doesn't do that. So, volatile metadata. Okay. So technically I can use this, but it's going to probably error out that you're using a deprecated function. While Microsoft, as per usual, didn't have provided anything to replace that function. Okay. So VHelp. So it's still getting optimized. It's still getting optimized. Okay. So read-write barrier. No up. No up. Probably. Oh, I was writing you right. So you would be this. Or something like this. So we put a read-write barrier here and we put no operation there. Hop. This prevents it from getting optimized. Okay. So and instruct the compiler to use intrinsic implementation in one or two ways. So most functions are contained in libraries, but some functions are built in that is intrinsic to the compiler. These are referred to as intrinsic. Oh, okay. So now VHelp. Background got ended, so we look again. Okay, I need to run this as administrator. Okay. Damn it. What was it? So okay, we definitely need to use these parts, but how am I supposed to use it? Which way? And I have no idea. We have a halt, but the halt function, it is available only in kernel mode. It's for drivers. Drivers have kernel mode. So this is for emulation. Beta scan forward, beta scan address of return. There is literally nothing. These are instruction sets of CPU, by the way. So we have these are basically calculation of assembly. Okay. So let's Google it. preventing a loop to get optimized. MSVC x64. Okay. So no. I know where's my problem. I don't need to debug that. Look to get optimized C++. Okay. I don't think that's possible in MSVC x64. Yeah, it's in Clang. It's with Clang optimizer or compiler. I mean, I can change my compiler to Clang. I'm not quite sure if it's going to get compiled or not. So Qt versions, add. Oh, we are forced to use MSVC, of course. Of course we are forced to use MSVC. So let's test something real quick. Like, I have MinGW x64. No, it still counts. It needs MSVC. Damn it. Okay. So I don't need you. You're the only one. Okay. Volatile. No up. I can certainly do this. Volatile tells compiler to not optimize it. ASM. Seriously? I mean, I can use that. We will see what happens. Okay. I hope it prevented compiler from doing anything to the code. It's it's optimized. So why? Then you can tell the but that's for Clang. I want for MSVC. MSVC. prevent. G++ is for Linux. How can I from... So, about loop optimization, huh? Full for blah 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 blah. Compiler timecode generation release time. Loop optimizations. So, controlling optimization. You can control for a specific function using okay. So, based on what Microsoft said, right? This should be like this. So wait a minute. Optimization can be either empty or contain one or more of the following values. These correspond to compiler switches. So we just do empty, return empty, and we return off. So the off parameter causes all of these optimizations to be turned off regardless of the compiler switches that have been. An empty list with the on parameter causes the specific compiler switches to take effect. So we put this here, right? We put the opposite here. So here we turn off the optimization. Here we turn on the optimization. Let's see if it works. So it should work, go something like this. If I'm not... Pragma must be outside of the function. Fuck you. Okay. We do this, then so we don't optimize this single function at all. Then we control the function we optimize after it. Does this worked somehow? Nope. It had some effects. It had some effects. So let's launch VHelp again. For some reason it's working at one time now. I put it here just to test if my character switches to other mode or not. What the? What the hell? Okay. Is it working correctly? Yes. Somehow the optimization there was fucked up. So, what is my optimization switches? Right. So, okay, we have O2 here, optimize 2. The OG switch enables global optimization, which are those that can be performed by looking at the function being optimized only, not at any of the function that it calls, if LTGCG is enabled. OG enables WPO. Okay. So, it didn't read for other switches. What does these switches do? So my only switch is O2 for optimization. Excuse you? So let's search Google this. Microsoft, as always, having a little relative bad documentation. Let's see what Google gives us. Okay. So G enables global specify short or fast sequence of machine codes, generates frame pointers on program stack. These parameters are same letters using the same with O. Okay. Unoptimized code section. So I didn't write a little. Probably this hinted compiler to something undefined, and that's why it was doing that. So, building it again. So now VHelp. So now I hope it works. I just hope it works. Okay. What? Okay. So oh gosh. Why it doesn't do that? So, what was the flags? A specified short or fast sequence of machine code generic frame pointer and program stack. So let's do this, I guess. And see if it works. So it only does it at the program start time. I hate it that this got updated at what a bad time as well. Shut up! So, okay. What about G? Yeah, global optimization, but don't do anything else. Certainly this is working, but not towards the way I want it. It's really unhelpful. Okay. So let's do this. Maybe those were leading to some undefined behavior. It's certainly acting different now. Oh gosh. For some reason it only returns true at the start. Okay. So what am I supposed to do with this? Okay, so Pragma optimize this. Optimize code section. Optimize on. So if I specify S, I want to test with a bunch of switches, see what happens. So it seems like that Pragma optimize it doesn't work as intended. It definitely doesn't work as intended. Because I want to go into OS, optimize a speed. the way that I can engineer it to be faster, I guess, is to be a bool. It gets a bool, the address of a bool at loop enable. The way that I can think that it can be processed like that is like this. So, okay. Now, here that we call it, where the hell is it? Okay. We pass the sec loop variable. We need to comment it out from hook part. So here it is. So the linker doesn't reference it to this part. Yeah. Now how it should work, how it does it work. I was guessing it's because it was inside of a specific class that it does that. If I'm not found. Okay. It's because now okay. That could be it. Wait a minute. Let's test a bit with this. Because I noticed in the warnings that I made a little bit bug. So let's test this first. Maybe because it was inside of a class. Nope, definitely it wasn't. Because of that. Definitely it wasn't because of that. So okay, so we go here. We uncomment this. We go back here. Close these things off. Those could lead to undefined behaviors as well. So now it's giving the warnings that it should give. A bunch of warnings have been fixed. Now I hope it behaves differently. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. So, for the last time, I'm compiling with Pragma Optimize. If this didn't happen, I need to think of something else. Something that is bugging my mind is that how it doesn't remember that the previous time what a button have been pressed. I never have put anything for the save file to save it. How does it remember the previous key button? What? Okay. Ah. So. I'm definitely doing this right. Outside, the optimized pragma must appear outside function. It takes effect at the first function defined after pragma is seen. Okay, the on and off arguments turned option specified in the optimization list on or off can be 0 or more parameters shown in the global. Okay. What does runtime check pragma does? Disable or restored RTC compiler. You can't enable a runtime check that wasn't enabled by compiler. For example, if you don't specify RTC at the command line, blah 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 blah, time checks are off in this region. Restore. Oh, this is a function in C that was deprecated in C++. I can kind of use it for a couple of situations. Auto. So intrinsic loop controls how loop it considers to be auto-parallelized or excludes a loop from consideration by So, I hint to the compiler that this loop should be parallelized across n thread, where n is a positive integer. Literal or 0. The maximum number of threads is used at runtime. It's hint at the compiler, not a command. There's no guarantee that loop will be parallelized. If the loop has data dependencies or structural issues, then it won't be parallelized. For example, it isn't parallel if it stores a scalar that's used beyond the loop body. Vectorize attempts to vectorize all loops. Immediately before and not in a loop definition. The pragma takes effect for the scope of the loop that follows it. Okay. I hint to the compiler to ignore vector dependencies for this loop. So let's comment these ones out. For some reason, an optimization is bugged. MSVC compiler. I have no idea why that's the case. Okay. So again, how does it remember? Any type of function. Damn it. Why this is the case? If I comment this part out, it should behave as previously. But for whatever reason, when I disable the optimization for this part, it corrupts. I don't know, maybe it's because I put memory address. It somehow confuses the memory address. So, now what? Excuse you? Is this behavior comes from somewhere else? I think this behavior comes from somewhere else. So, let's put the optimization off. std count loop triggered. So let's write this condition for it. It's going on release mode as well. So if I'm right, this should be, yeah, from release folder. I believe something from my OS have been bugged. This doesn't work anymore. So it's either something from my OS that have been bugged, or VHelp for some reason that is doing some sort of like unbehaviored thing. So I'm building it from scratch because the previous time I was building it from saves of previous builds. Maybe because I fiddled with optimizer, it caused it to do this behavior. So I hope it works correctly. Again, from where it does remember this. Loop triggered. So it's optimized. It's just that my OS for some reason doing this behavior. It's the way it should do. it's the way it should do it. For some reason, it doesn't get passed to me. I think it's somehow OS problem. It's somehow from OS side. Somehow I managed to corrupt a part of Windows operating system. Okay, so the optimization for this part works, but until the next restart, every time I start VHelp, I change, which is funny. Okay, so this part should not get optimized, and it's not getting optimized. That's a progress. So now we're done with the things we wanted to change with the keyboard hook for now. Let's go to the virtual Stream Deck part. Things I needed to do here. So I remember I written a to-do list here. Yep, there we go. So we did this. Remake virtual keyboard. We don't do it right now. So add different function to virtual Stream Deck. Adding all Stream Deck functions to a string list. We don't do this too for now. Add button functions other than playing audio. Adding function flexibility to buttons. Okay, function flexibility. We do function flexibility right now. So, okay. Changing virtual Stream Deck to save files to remember. Oh, yep. How much I have time? 15 minutes. I think I can manage it. So, first, open a notepad, right? This is, where is it? So, let's search for save keyboard. Save VST. This is the function that we are looking for. Here it is. This is the save function of virtual Stream Deck. And this is the read function of the save file of it. So I'm saving it in a notepad so I can later on all the VST save. So later on that I change this behavior, I can go back, right, in the like if someone using this version save file and the new version save file is detecting it, it uses another thing that converts it to the new save file, right? So that's basically it. Now changing it. Okay, so first we need to make what? What just happened? So my OS automatically fixed itself. Oh, it's automatically fixing itself, and this part is not optimized as well. Which is good. Okay, better. So it was, for some reason, VHelp that was remembering that it was connected to it was VTuber Studio that was remembering connected to VHelp. Although the way that VHelp connects, it shouldn't get remembered. There's something wrong with it, Windows 11. Okay, so either way, so we go to VST. Okay, we should make buttons flexible, right? So how do we do this? So we find the index. Based on the index, we make the decision, right? So here we get to FChooser. Chooser 0. You know what I should do? Okay, FChooser is basically a custom window that I made. I think it's ModTab. ModTab, it's not ModTab. It's which one of these? Yeah, it's FileChooser, right? It's this customized window that lets you choose whatever new thing you want to choose, right? Oh boy, I need to do a lot of optimization in this thing. This thing has a lot of rooms for optimization. Anyway, I'll optimize it later on. So it detects this, and FileChooser is derived from QDialog. So if I find QDialog, right? I'm pretty sure some of it show was an implemented function. When using open or show, the modal dialog should not create this tag, so it does not get destroyed as soon as the control returns to the dialog. Yeah, I know how does that work. So public slot, I think I should do encapsulation. I usually hate the encapsulation, but I think I should do encapsulation. So I define a public function here called void. What do I call it? Type show int, and that's okay. And we go here, FileChooser, what was that? Type show. Type show int type and it should be from void. Okay. So what does this encapsulation does? Basically, we put these in different switches and everything. Then we defined a switch based on type, and at the end we execute this show, right? So instead of using show in here, right, I'm using type show, and I define which type I'm going to get out of it. Then I get the customized window for that specific thing, if that makes sense, right? So many things needs to be changed. This needs to be changed. This needs to be changed. This whole file needs to be overhauled. But this is, we dealt with the code customization, code optimization, and the bug I had for sending to OBS with virtual stream deck. And the time is not up yet, so I can continue. So key add function pressed, right? Tool exit. Oh, I was in the wrong file. So file check. Okay, clear check. Get add. Okay, so yeah, it's a very simple function. So case 0 could be executing all of this, right? So case 0 would be this. Then we do a break. Technically, now, if in here I replace it with F chooser, right? Not you. So type show 0. So this should be type show 0 as well. So let's go based on show, see what we get. Okay. Okay, it's Q tool buttons. It's okay for that. Technically... Oh, it's in the entire solution. It's all just in the correct document. I just want in the correct document. That's it. So that explains. So show. Yeah. This should yield the same result while this window have been flexibled. Flexibilized? What's the word for making something flexible? What's the word for making something flexible? This window should be made flexible, but the result as of current for audio should be the same, technically. So, VHelp. Okay. Virtual Stream Deck. Play sound. Yep, it brings the same customized window. So now, on to the next part. Okay. To make it flexible. So this doesn't need to be here, right? If we put it outside of the switch, which is here, then it gets called based on the switch amount. So for sound, we know by default it's 0. So by default, it's going to trigger the sound file choosing window. Let's see if that gets triggered. So okay. Ta-da! Okay. So this F chooser became a little bit customized, right? Another thing that I should do in F chooser, file chooser, is that I need to do a private function, right? So private function void and init based on integer. So it's another encapsulation. So this encapsulation was necessary, right? So I can decide based on what type of virtual stream deck function that we are using, right? What type of UI should get near you, right? But I need to do this encapsulation as well, because this encapsulates this. So now, void file chooser and init and type we put this whole switch into this, then encapsulate in init type. Why I did this a stupid thing? I could put this here, and it would be gone fine. The reason is that this function going to be referenced by multiple places, so when it loads from a save file, it can initialize based on the type here. So it does another thing. I think if I put it in public, it would be better instead of private, because I was thinking maybe different functions encapsulate this one, right? But now that I think about it, for saving and loading, just using this function to do just fine. There is no need for encapsulating it. And what I'm losing here. Should be okay. Probably. I just copied that from there to here, there. Yeah, it should be okay. The Visual Studio has always stripping balls. Okay, so now, okay, so here in the VHelp part, okay, adding optimizing, add button, adding function flexibility to buttons, initialization. UI have been flexibilized. That's a word that I'm using. I don't know. Okay. So now this flexibility, what we need to add to get more flexibility out of it as well. More flexibility out of it. So let's go to VSD. See what. Okay, so okay. Now, before anything, let's just test build this, because I edited a bunch of things. I need to figure out if they are working correctly or not. Then move forward from that. So, but from the flexibility part, we have added this. We have added this. So for place, when this gets added, tool W exit. So when this function gets used, when the file chooser finishes. Okay, so when you click on the OK button, this gets executed. And now we need to decide based on type. So VHelp technically should work same. Yeah, it's working. It's technically working correctly. So this is the check for if you fill the page or not. This is for tracking the file, the function, right? That which function have what type of thing, what it should be named, how it should be named, how it should be. Because if you don't name it, it's going to assign a button number name to it. Then it passes to the buttons that have been functionized. Basically, there is buttons that have functions inside of them. And this is the icon of it. Then it emits a signal that the list of buttons have been changed. It's for the UI, the main UI part, so you can assign a hotkey to your virtual Stream Deck function. I found so many parts beforehand. I'm kind of proud of myself. So, Play Fun gets added here. So, now, tool exit. We need to add a type variable here. And type. Right? So each time we are using it, it initializes so it such a general name, it gets confused by the compiler. So it should be type G, type general. Then we go here, type G equals to type. Basically copying this to this. Then here so tool exit, we do another switch, right? So okay, where this if okay, this goes to a switch which should be fchooser 0 dot type general. It decides based on that. Then case 0 could add the data to this function. Although I believe some things should be set that way as well. Maybe this, right? Because if I'm not wrong, it should choose from that. So Play Fun is basically playing audio. So cbox property spath. Yep, spath. So what IC path I'm using it for? Oh, it's for editing it later on. Okay, so this should be for now outside, right? And then break the switch. So with this part flexible as As well, I don't understand why am I using two types of fchooser. I remember I had a one was for editing and one was for editing and one was for creating. So we need to set a new property. So cbox set property, not set path, as path. It should be type G, and it should save the type G from fchooser. Right? Then we should go to file chooser, make another public function, void init clear. So every time this function gets called, it should clear the effect of this. It should be easy if I don't implement any crashes. So it would be void file chooser. Am I faster than I'm file chooser clear init clear, right? So what here we do to do that, for some reason it's glitching the fuck out of me. So the way that we do to initialize this, clear the initialize that we did here, is that I intentionally let this to be here, right? We get this, and we get its children, which is a first, which is it's direct children if I'm not wrong. All of these things that we add here counts as this one's child, right? Although it's adding to the thing. So I can do certainly a new thing. Just delete main. I can this way is actually way more optimized. Delete main L. I delete the memory address straight up. Then I add a new memory address to it. Deleting the parent deletes all the childs. So it deletes all of these initializations here as well. Right? So every time that we done with it, alright, so tool exit, we do fchooser 0.clear init clear. So this part I've been flexibilized as well. I just need to do flexible its editing, right? So adding flexibility to editing of the buttons. I just need to add function flexibility to editing of the buttons. Then it's ready for it to add other Stream Deck functions beside playing IDEO. Then I can do that after doing this and this. It should be changed as well. It should remember type and decide based on type of how everything should be saved or decided. Okay, either way, this is the end of the stream. I'm having a bit more viewers than usual. I'm seeing you guys not active yet. So, what am I going to do here now is try to find someone to raid. That's what I'm basically doing right now. If Twitch.tv likes to open up, okay, now it opened. So, Sean is a VR chat player, but he's pretty lewd. I don't want to right now rate to someone lewd. Later on, maybe I do. For now, let's search see who is alive. Let's see how her stream is about. Maybe I chose her. She's AFK. She's freaking AFK. Oh, she's just starting. She's just starting. It's the right time, actually. So, I'm going to rate to her. Okay. So, rate channel. And a start rate. I don't know if there was command for it. Later on I will use command. That would be way easier. So, bye-bye everyone! آره. ببین 10,000 تا این بدبخت